Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, I've been really lazy. You can probably tell if you've been following me for a while that I was a bit more consistent over the last few months, and that in the last month or two I have been very inconsistent with my videos and I've just been a bit lazy. I wish there was a better excuse, but there's not. I was being lazy and I've had nothing to do and I've been a bit bored from being in lockdown. I did talk about that on my previous video, but if you didn't watch that, I've just been feeling uninspired. And today I'm going to film a Q&A, and I actually asked the questions for this Q&A, or asked people to ask questions probably a month ago. So I think you could say I have slacked a little bit on this one, but we're here. I mean, some of the questions are now not really relevant, so I'm going to skim by those. But let's just answer a few horsey, non-horsey, random questions and let you guys get to know me a little bit better. I'm gonna also go and film another vlog today, hopefully. I've been really struggling. Every time I've said I'm gonna do something, I keep not doing it, which is really unlike me. So today the plan is to film this vlog and another one and film some content and just get myself back into the swing of things and be a bit more consistent. The goal is there. You know, you've heard it here. I am trying to be more consistent. So let's just get into it, shall we? So I screenshotted a bunch of questions and oh my gosh, there's so many, if you guys can see. Like I've just like, oops, look at these. So let's just start. Let's have a look. Nice and easy one. Best tips for beginner riders. So, oh God, it's been a long time since I was a beginner. I started young. But I think the best tip I would have for someone who's starting out at horse riding in any discipline is to find a good riding school. You know, don't go and buy it outright straight away unless that's what you want. Find a good riding school, learn the basics, make some friends, learn how to take care of a horse, learn if it's something you want. You know, it's quite a big decision to buy a horse or to have one in your life. They require a lot of attention and a lot of care. So go and make sure it's something you want and you can do. And if that is the case, then make sure you get a good trainer. I think a good trainer can advise you on the best things to do, how to help, and then you're not so alone. So always start slow and then get a trainer. How many helmets do you have? So I only have one at the minute because basically I'm sponsored by this amazing company called Equestrian, and there's just been a delay on the production of my other sponsored hat. So I'm currently riding in one, but I will have another soon, and then I'm pretty sure I get more from them every year. We renew the contract, which would be amazing. So yeah, one at the minute. What level would you compete G if you start doing shows again this year? So I'm going to start slow. We've not competed in so long because of the pandemic and the way things have been. So I think I would probably go out and just do a medium to start, maybe something really easy, something that we can do together, no changes because he gets quite fresh. And then once we've been out and he's seen another arena, I would take him and go and do an advanced medium, practice our changes, see how that's going, and then probably PSG quite soon because our changes are good and our canter pirouettes are getting there. So we're sort of at a PSG level in training at the moment. So I'd start and build him up. So you did Miss Universe Great Britain. Will you ever do another pageant? I'm not sure. I think Miss Universe Great Britain has my heart because it's the only pageant system I look at and I really respect and I really love what it stands for, and I think it's also one that kind of embodies me. Each pageant system's different and they require like different things and different things to stand for, and I think Miss Universe Great Britain was definitely one that suited me the best, and obviously I came second. I don't know, I'm not sure. I definitely thought I was going to go back and do it the following year, and I did sign up again, but then coronavirus hit and the pageant was cancelled. So I withdrew because I needed to focus on other things, and I didn't want to let it prolong for that time. So who knows, maybe you can enter Miss Universe Great Britain until you're either, I think it's 27 or 28, and I'm only 23. So at this moment in time, no, but who knows what the future holds. Are you thinking of buying another horse? Moving on. Did you struggle with the FEI junior level competition? So I'm not quite sure what the person meant by this. Like, I'm not sure what you meant by struggle. Like, did I find the level hard or did I find any of it hard? But I'd say with any FEI, it is difficult, and for various different reasons. It's very hard to be at international competitions and competing with people and getting judged on it. And I personally struggled a lot over the years with the selectors. At the time when I was doing it, there was a different system back then when I was a bit younger, and let's say it would not pass any like psychological or ethical rules now, but that's a story for another day. So in some ways I struggled, but I love it. I rise to the occasion with challenges, so I do actually miss competing, and I cannot wait to do a bit more when things open up better. Are you still planning to move to the US? Yes, 100%. The US will always have my heart. It's one of my favourite places in the world, and various different states. My circumstances have changed over the last few months, but the goal in mind is to go and set up Blackheart in America as well, and just get myself over there a little bit more. But I'm just praying things open up soon. You know, it's been hard being banned from a country you love for so long due to the pandemic. It's been rough. Are you planning to breed from G? Not at this current time, no. I think G is a very well behaved stallion, but I think it's because he doesn't know what the name of the game is. He does not know what his equipment is for. He has no clue. So he is very well behaved, and I think if he started covering, he would get a little bit frisky, and I don't want that just yet. So maybe one day when he's older, or if we retire, or who knows, we'll see. The option is always there, and I would, some G babies would be very, very cute. So again, who knows? What is the favourite time of day for riding? Morning, always. I don't know what it is, but as soon as it goes past like 1 o'clock, instantly I'm like, oh, I can't bother to do anything. So always morning. Like when I used to go to school, when I was younger, I used to get up at 5 in the morning to ride before school because I just had to get it done. I've got way more energy and way more motivation for the morning, so morning for sure. Which university did you go to and what did you study? So I went to St Mary's University in Twickenham, and I studied business management, and I didn't really gel with education. I have always been someone who just prefers getting out and doing things, and I found school and university incredibly boring, and I studied a business degree at the same time as setting up my business. I actually set my business up in the first few weeks of being at university, and I would say I learned more setting up my own business than I did in my 3 years of a business management degree. But anyway, I graduated with a 2-1, even though I never turned up. I was really naughty. I was a bad student, and by the final year I think I turned up to uni twice maybe, and just skimmed through everything else. So very proud of myself for getting a 2-1. Glad I did it. Would I do it again? Probably not. If you didn't ride, what would you do instead? Now that is a tough one. I think I have basically been riding since I was able to walk, so riding's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. I'm not sure. I think I never planned on being an equestrian like long term. I think when I was competing and riding, I always knew I'd want to do something for myself that wasn't riding. Like most riders go and become a teacher or professional riders or whatever, but I always wanted to own my own business. It's just coincidental it happened to be an equestrian clothing company, and that horses have become more a way of life for me than I ever realised. So I'm not sure. Probably something businessy, and probably maybe something social media-y as well. Who knows again? Do you ever wish you could just delete social media? Sometimes, yes. I think social media can be an incredibly toxic place when used badly or when used by the wrong people, and it can be quite hardcore. I think it scares me how addicted we are to our phones. It scares me in our generation that if we didn't go on our phone, what else would we do half the time? I mean, it's a weird thought. I do think it can be detrimental. It can mean people don't live in the moment, but they live on their phone, or it can make you desperate for a life you don't have, or make you compare yourself to other people. But I think if you use it correctly and you know that it's just a tool, rather than your entire existence, then I think it's fantastic. And do I ever wish I could delete it? No, not really, because I've found a very, very good balance. Like, I can hold conversations and live in the moment, but I can also go and run my business online. And I have found it incredible for meeting new people and for communicating with friends. And I think it's something to be respected, but something to also occasionally take a break from. You know, it is healthy to sit and have meaningful conversations with people without checking your phone, or to not just live your life for likes, kind of thing. Sorry, I just went wise old owl there. That's just my viewpoint on social media at the minute. This is such a random one, but chocolate in or out of the fridge? Any form. I will take chocolate in any form it comes to me. I kind of like it in the middle. I don't like it melty and I don't like it frozen, like hard chocolate. Anyway. What is your favourite equestrian clothing brand? So I think I'm a little bit biased here, but probably the one I created and I own. Black Heart Equestrian. Yeah, Black Heart Equestrian is my favourite because I designed it and I wear it every day, and it's just the comfiest, softest, most fit for purpose clothes that I ever came across. Because, well, I mean, I'd never come across them, so that's why I decided to take it into my own hands and give it a go, and it's been incredible. And I just love comfort. I love feeling comfortable and stylish and practical all at the same time. Do you speak any other language? No, not at this moment. So when I was growing up, I was learning German, and I actually did my ski instructor exam in German. I mean, I didn't speak it fluently at the time, but I just kind of immersed myself in the 2-week course, and I ended up being pretty good. But unfortunately, when you don't speak a language every single day, you don't maintain it, and I just didn't realize at the time how valid it would have been to keep going. But I am currently trying to learn Spanish. I have got a Rosetta Stone thing, and I'm just giving myself a bit of brain training and trying to learn Spanish. So if I've got any Spanish followers or any Spanish speaking followers, drop me a comment or send me advice on how to learn it, because it's not easy. What was your most embarrassing moment competing? So luckily I was a very good competitor. I should say I am a very good competitor. I didn't ever suffer with nerves, and I didn't ever get flappy, and I didn't ever really make mistakes. So you could normally trust me to go to a test, get it right, do well, do the best I could, and then leave, whatever. But the one most embarrassing moment I've ever had, so I have never ever forgot my test in a competition other than this one time, and I was doing some riding for the school team that I was on at the time, and I was not taking it seriously, so I didn't even bother to learn my test until I was in the horse lorry on the way there, which was rookie error. I mean, normally I've been famously known for being able to learn a test in 10 minutes and be able to do it. Like, I could learn it before I got on and be fine. But in this instant, because I didn't care, I suffered. So anyway, I went down, I made a mistake, they rang the bell, and if you've ever had the bell rung for you, it is the worst feeling. Your heart drops because you think, oh dear God, what did I do wrong? And if you don't know where you went wrong, that is the worst bit. And then the judge had to tell me where I went wrong, so I went and I did it again, and then they had to ring the bell again. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is the most embarrassing thing ever. And I just started getting all hot and flappy, and anyway, I ended up retiring because I realised I did not know where I was going, so I was going to get eliminated anyway. So yeah, learn your test. Don't do what I did. Mortifying. What is your opinion on the perfect figure, having cellulite, and the ideal body? This topic drives me crazy just because I think we all have an idea of what we find beautiful or perfect, but we're all built differently. Everybody's bones are different, and the way our frame is built differently. So you can never look at someone and go, I want that, because you just can't have it. The best thing to do is to just work on yourself, become the best version of yourself you can be, and just try not to compare yourself, because it doesn't work. You could go crazy comparing yourself to people whose physical makeup you will never ever have, and it doesn't matter. You know, we're all perfect in our own ways, and in terms of cellulite, everybody has it. Some people have more than others. Everybody has it. The right light can cover it. the right diet can help, but if you have it, you have it. I have some, you just don't always see it because it's different lights and different times, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just, girls, stop comparing yourself. Stop it. Do you believe in zodiac signs? I mean, not really. Like, I don't live my life like, oh, the Mercury's in retrograde, or whatever people say when they say that. But in saying that, I have this app called CoStar, and I don't want to believe it, but every day it gives you a notification of some random line, and it's so profound, but it's always accurate, and it freaks me out because it'll pop up and it'll be like, oh my god, that is accurate. So whilst I don't really believe in zodiacs, that one app gets me going like, what? So if you don't have CoStar, download it. That's not an ad, I just really like it. What's your age? I'm 23, my birthday is in September, so I'm actually a Virgo baby as well. So how do you feel about all the sexual comments towards you? This is such an interesting one because I have grown up horse riding. I've never in my life looked at it in a sexual sense. So when I make a comment like, oh, I gave my horse such a hard ride today, I mean it in the most innocent of senses. And any equestrian will also know what I mean. You can say, you know, when my trainer used to be like, Erin, ride him really hard, like wrap your legs around and squeeze. It was in an equestrian sense. There's nothing funny about it. It's all very innocent, and every single person in the equestrian world will also know that and will think of it in an innocent sense. So when I first started getting sexual comments, I was just shocked. Like, what, how are you finding that sexual? That's so weird. So like when people make sexual comments about me, I just find it odd. Like it makes me feel minorly uncomfortable, but at the same time it's like you can't blame people if they are not educated on a topic. Like, they don't understand horse riding, so they don't understand the terminology, what I wear, why I do things, and you can't expect people to understand. But I do kind of look at them like they're a bit of a weirdo. Like, if boys are making sexual comments about my horse riding, I'm like, you're a freak. So you know, any boys that want to make sexual comments about a horse rider, fair enough. You know, I'm not going to be able to stop you. Do whatever you want, but just know that we're looking at you like, what a freak, and that's weird. So in other words, you make a sexual comment about a horse rider, the horse rider's never going to look at you like, oh, that is my man. It's not going to happen. We're just going to switch off and be like, oh god, here we go again. So yeah, it doesn't faze me. You know, you can't change everyone, and you can't make people understand, so people are going to do what they want. The only thing that bugs me a little bit is when people are like, you know, she complains about sexual comments and yet she does that, and it's like, what do you mean I do that? That's just normal, that's just horse riding. So that kind of bugs me sometimes, but it's just ignorance, and you've just got to move on with it. We move. What's your kind of humour? So my favourite kind of humour, if you guys have been following me for a long time, or you read any of my comebacks or comments, I have very dry humour and I'm very sarcastic. Unfortunately, not everyone seems to understand that, so it does get me in a little bit of trouble sometimes when people are like, is she just being rude? And it's like, no, I'm just being sarcastic, I'm kidding. Yeah, so if you guys have got dry humour or sarcasm, or you enjoy a bit of banter, you're my kind of people. We love you. How did you feel at your first international? Honestly, I cannot remember. I was 12. It was in 2010. I was 12 and I don't recall. I'm pretty sure I didn't get nervous, but I'm pretty sure it's because I was so young that I had no idea what was happening and I just was along for the ride. Are you different off camera to on camera? I mean, I probably, you know, I don't always sit around my house with like perfect hair and full makeup on, and you know, it's weird talking to a camera or talking to your social media rather than talking to people. I'd like to think I was a bit wittier in person and a little bit more funny, but you never know. That's just, I'd like to think so. I'm probably just more easygoing and more carefree in person. You know, you've got to be careful sometimes when you're talking to a camera, because I don't want people to perceive what I'm saying in the wrong way, and if you don't know me, you can't always tell. So yeah, I would say I'm just a bit more fun and happy in person. But then, you know, when I meet strangers, I can be a little bit more shy. You know, I'm not always quite so bubbly and like blah, 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 blah. But it just takes me a little bit of time. So let's finish on a weird one. Will you ever get chickens? No idea why this person asked this, so random, but I already have chickens. We have 9. I was going to say 10, but one got eaten. So we have 10. 9. We have 9 chickens, and yeah, so I have chickens. Anyway, that was a bit of a random one. If there is anything else you guys want to know, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments or send me a DM. I'll get back to you if I can. I just get a lot of DMs. Or I'll just do another Q&A in the future on a different topic. But I hope I answered all of your questions. I hope you guys feel like you got to know me a little bit better. And I'm going to go and try and film another vlog now. Let's go do it. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.